Yo, yo, yo. What the fuck is going on? Pickpocket Podcast, long live Sway, forever Sway. UFC 309 is happening tomorrow. We're watching Elderly Abuse tonight. John Jones is back. If you know me, you know I hate John Jones. I fucking hate John Jones. I hate John Jones with the fucking all the might I have in this world. I think he's ducking Tom Aspinall. I don't understand why he even wants to fight Stipe when everybody knows that it has no meaning to his fucking legacy if he beats him when he's 42 fucking years old. But on the other hand, my brother Sway, that was his favorite fighter. So I'm in a pickle here. I fucking hate the guy, but I love this guy, and he loved that guy. So what the fuck am I gonna do? Y'all tell me. Minus 700 plus 550. Come on. Minus 700 or plus 550. My gut has been on Stipe Miocic all week at plus 5.5, though. John Jones has been in close fights and very close fights. He's been in close fights with Dominic Reyes, close fights with Moises, close fights with Gon got paid to fucking get submitted in 30 seconds. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Minus 700 is a little expensive. Like, I mean, what are we doing? Man, my gut is on that fucking plus 5.5 for Stipe. I just don't know. I think John Jones knows he lost a step because John Jones would have been if he knows he didn't lose a step, like he was inactive for 3 years, making that move to heavyweight as Francis was taking over. He dug Francis, and I think he knows he can't hang with the top competitors at heavyweight, which is why he's actually we're gonna see elderly abuse tomorrow too. He's gonna fucking beat up on Stipe. Uh First round finish for John Jones. I mean, what are we doing? Jones to win by submission is plus 200. Um Jones KO or submission inside the distance minus 250. What when was the last time John Jones knocked somebody out? Let's do it. I'm gonna do screen share for this shit. I gotta figure out. All right, all right. We're in screen share mode. We're in screen share mode. This shit needs to fucking leave. Ugh, fuck. It's like right over where I need to be. More get out of my face. Ugh, fuck. This is a malfunction. All right. When was the last time John Jones has knocked somebody out? 27-1. The one loss is literally not even a loss. He beat the motherfucker up too bad. Matt Hamill. My vape bet. My bad, yeah. I ain't my vape. 10 wins by TKO. Damn, y'all just got clouded. Fuck you talking about. 7 wins by submission and 10 wins by decision. Since really this, he has not been some crazy killer. 2018, December 29, 2018 is his last ground and pound win. He went to decision with Anthony Smith, a fight he could have lost by disqualification. Anthony Smith, just a real one. Split decision with Thiago Santos. I was saying Moises, but it was Thiago Santos. Lost against Dominic Reyes, in my opinion, clearly. First 3 rounds, clear as day. But they gave him the win unanimously. And then 2 minutes into the first round, UFC 285, watching it with Sway. Motherfucking Cyril gone. damn near even odds, gets fucking choked out. Get the fuck out of here. Let's look at Stipe's resume. I mean, 27-1. He's got wins over, like, he's 5-0 in his last five. But if those five are, if four of those five are Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos, Anthony Smith, Alexander Gustafsson was a dog back then, but he's not even fighting like once a year. The inactivity is gonna catch up, which is why he doesn't want to fight Aspinall. He's ducking Tom because I think he knows deep down that a loss he would lose, and I think he would lose in such a fashion that if it was a close fight, it takes nothing away from his legacy. If it's a close fight with Aspinall, it takes nothing away from his legacy. But I think he knows he gets destroyed by Aspinall. I think he knows Aspinall is going to be too aggressive in there, and John Jones has lost a step since moving up to heavyweight. He saw that the division was weak. He only had to get past Cyril Gane. He only had to beat Stipe to become the best heavyweight in the world because Stipe is the consensus best heavyweight in the world. So um I just, if Stipe was a little bit more active, I would have said that plus 5.5 all day. But I mean, I still might bet it at plus 300 because of what the fuck, 20-4, four professional losses. I mean, fucking one of those being to Francis and not Ngannou, another being to Daniel Cormier, but still, like, since 2019, we're in 2024, 5 years later. He's fought three times, and his last fight was in March 2021. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Like, comment, because I know, comment, who the fuck wants to see this shit, bro? Nobody wants to see this fight. Tom Aspinall is the interim champ. John Jones is the interim champ. You have the interim champ fight the interim champ to make the undisputed championship. Why don't you just go by history? Every case in the past. John Jones knows he's gonna lose to fucking Tom Aspinall. The pick is fucking John Jones. Um, I think John Jones is gonna look good against Stipe. Stipe's been inactive. Who knows? He's not fucking training. Jones has been training. Um, Stipe's training, but he's not training that hard. You feel me? He's 42 years old. I don't like this shit, man. I don't like this shit. Plus 455. Hold on, let's see. Heavyweight title bout. 6'4" to 6'5" for Stipe. Stipe looks like he put on some pounds. 244 to 248. I wonder how accurate that is. Jones is gonna have a 4.5-inch reach and just 6 inches of leg reach, so he's gonna be able to keep the distance. Guys, I think method of victory double chance minus 110 odds. Submission, John Jones to win by submission or decision. That's the best value we're gonna find. And I think Stipe is more likely to get taken down and submitted than he is to get knocked out by John Jones, who is not a power puncher. His last knockout, let's go back to it. His last knockout was against Gustafsson in 2018. I remember now. Fucking my dumb ass. But I mean, like, impressive career, but if he fights Aspinall, like, even I have to admit that's the best in the world. But he's ducking Tom. He ducked Tom, bro. Like, I can't, like, even if he lost against Tom in a close fight, I'd still say John Jones is the GOAT. Because at 37, he kept up with a 25-year-old, 27, or, however old Tom Aspinall is. Kept up with him, lasted 5 rounds. Even if he got 50, 45 and dominated, I would still be like, that's the GOAT. He got, this is a passing of a torch moment. I just don't understand the fight. Um, Youngest champ ever, started his career in Madison Square Garden. Dana White says Tommy's gonna fight Johnny, but that shit is cap, 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 cap. All right, official pick: John Jones, double method of victory, submission or decision, -110 odds on DK DraftKings. All right, guys. Next fight: Charles Oliveira in the title eliminator versus Michael Iron Chandler. I have a weird feeling about this fight just because of how it went the first time. Uh, just it just the fight didn't go great. You feel me? The first time for Charles in the beginning, and then it didn't really go great for what's his name? Chandler in the second round. I think he got submitted. But let's look at Charles Dubronk's resume. 35 years old, coming off a loss to Arman Saryukin, 5'10" inch height, 74-inch reach. Last fought on UFC 300 against Arman Saryukin. A fight I thought was very competitive and very close and could have gone either way. Arman Saryukin is injured. He won't be able to fight Islam Makhachev for a while. But Charles beat Benny up. Got performance of the night. Lost to Islam in a triangle choke. And Islam, that's when we found out Islam could strike too. It was crazy performance by Islam in Abu Dhabi. I don't know. I feel like Charles needs to take that fight. If he's gonna fight Islam again, can't be in Abu Dhabi. I've said that before. Uh, but beating Justin Gaethje in a round, smoked Dustin Poirier. I mean, smoked Michael Chandler. Left hook to ground and pound. I thought he submitted him. Beat Tony Ferguson. I remember that fight. Beat Kevin Lee. I mean, he's got crazy win streak. From this loss to Paul Felder, beating Clay Guida, Christian Giagos, Jim Miller, fuck that guy, Nick Lynch, Jared Gordon, a grappling match with Barros, Kevin Lee. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights in a row he won until that Makachev. So he's 11-2 in his last fucking, or 12-2 in his last 14 fights. 12-2 since 2018 of June. 22-10 in the UFC, 10 wins by knockout, 4 losses by knockout, with 21 wins by submission, most submission wins and most finishes in UFC history, 16 or 17 finishes in the UFC. He's only been to decision 5 times in 39 professional fights. 5 times. 5 times. You feel me? That's impressive. To only go to decision 5 times. He's a finisher. He either gets finished or get the job done. But Iron Man, Michael Chandler looks like he's in great shape. He's got he's been preparing for Connor for so long. Um, let's just look at the reach. 74-inch reach for Charles, 71.5 for Chandler, and 5'8" to 5'10". Guys, I think Chandler was gifted that opportunity. I mean, he beat Brett Permis. He loses to Patricio Pitbull. Never really avenges that loss. Beats Benson Henderson. Beats Dan Hooker in his first fight. Damn, I don't even remember that Dan Hooker fight. So that was his first fight. So he beats Dan Hooker, loses to Charles Oliveira in a title fight, loses to Justin Gaethje, beats Tony Ferguson, and then loses to Dustin Poirier in a crazy war. Motherfucker damn near needed that much time off since that war. So that was a war. That fight was fight of the year candidate. He's always gonna put on a show. I think it's not crazy if you're on Iron Michael Chandler. I mean, but man, the way Charles looked against Arman, I'm laying I'm putting it out there. I think Charles wins by submission, guys. I think Chandler's just gonna put himself in a really tough spot with the wrestling, and Charles is gonna snatch up a gilly or he's gonna knock him down, and this time he's gonna find the submission, not uh uh a TKO. But I do think, man, method of Charles Oliveira to win by KO or submission -200. Man, that I'm playing that. I'm playing that -200. I like it. I think he's the overall better fighter. I think that because this is that number one contenders match and he wants that lick back against Islam, he's gonna do anything to get it. But yeah, guys. I mean, Chandler's a beast. He just running into the toughest of fucking competition you can imagine. And this is not another good fight for him. He's got the 3 year youth disadvantage. He's got the wrestling advantage, but Charles doesn't really have to worry about wrestling when you're that good at snatching people's limbs up. You feel me? That's all I got to say. Um, moving on, pretty easy here. I think Bo Nickel knocks Paul Craig out. I don't even I think he might try to get, if he, I hope Bo Nickel doesn't try to get like, let's break them down. 6 fights, 6-0, 7-8 for Paul Craig. Moved, this is like his second fight at middleweight. Lost to, got his ass beat by Barajo. And Paul Craig will have the height advantage. He does have the accent advantage. Bruh, Scottish accent, crazy. Uh, but man, Bo Nickel's -1450. Paul Craig is +850. I think it's in I think it's in Bo Nickel's best interest to get this done by TKO. But man, that plus by decision +750 looking crazy decent because he could just wrestle him and just like stand Paul Craig up. You feel me? When he doesn't want to engage in the jujitsu shit and just kind of, I do think he has the better striking at this point in his career, which is awful to say about Paul Craig. But we're gonna go with a little slight bet on that decision just because it is +800 and that's great odds. Like Bo Nickel's not gonna be finishing everybody. This is a big step in competition finally. But Paul Craig striking sucks. I think by knockout is the way it's gonna go. Bo Nickel to win by KO or decision -225. I like that. I like that. I don't think he's gonna try to do what fucking Magomed did. Daniel fucking lost his arm, or Jamal Hill lost, who all Daniel lost his arm. They all got submitted. Those are all really good contenders at 205. And Paul Craig feels like he can make middleweight. That's, like not a lot of guys move fucking down. So, but he didn't look good in his first fight. I don't think he'll look good in his second fight. I think -3.5. Take that shit too. I think eventually our boy Bo Nickel will find the knockout here. But plus this +800 decision. Just bet that. Bet that. Huh, my fucking shit tweaking. I'm trying to watch this Paul fight. This Jake Paul. Alright, my bad, y'all. I wanna see what y'all think. Jake Paul or Mike Tyson? I got Mike Tyson to get knocked down twice, +150. Give me that free money, baby. All right. Vivian Arujo versus Karine Silva. Quick breakdown, because I don't give a fuck, to be honest, about this fight. I do give a fuck if you guys win. Karine, I think, man, I don't think Vivian Arujo is that bad, to be honest. What is this in flyweight? This is 125. 18-4 for Karine Silva versus 12-6 for Vivi Araujo. Do I even need to say what I want to do for this fight? I got Vivi Araujo at +3.5. It's competitive MMA fight. She's plus 240 on the money line, which is a little weird in my opinion. Let's look at her level of competition recently. Um, so yeah, four wins by submission, three wins by TKO, so seven finishes of her 12 wins, pretty good. 6-5 in the UFC. Lost against Natalie Silva, tough, tough fight. Lost against Amanda Hebos. Lost against Alexa Grasso. This girl was good for a little bit. Wait, isn't this Chikagan? Is this Caitlin Chikagan? That's Caitlin Chikagan. So yeah, she's losing a good competition. Why is Karine Silva minus three fucking hundred? Yeah, plus 3.5 all day on Vivi Araujo, unless I see something I really don't fucking like here. 18 for Karine Silva, 9 fight win streak. Eight wins by eight wins by knockout, one loss by knockout, 9 wins by submission, two losses by submission, 5-0 between the UFC and Dana White Contender Series. Fuck me in the booty. God damn. Yeah, I don't know. Stay away. Women's MMA, stay away. I don't know. Because that's tough. Fucking damn. 18-4 and only and 22 of the fights were shit. That's crazy. What's the over 2.5 on that? Minus 298. Guys, I think we're taking a woman's fight to not go to distance. Cause what the fuck? This girl got finishes too. You feel me? Like seven of her wins are 7 of her 12 wins are by finishes, and 17 of her 18 wins are by finishes. Usually that kind of cancels out. But we're gonna play Vivi Araujo plus 3.5 and fight to not start round three. We're gonna play the under 2.5. That kind of like goes against each other because you know what I mean? But one of those should hit. One of those should hit. Fight to not start round three for that women's fight. Both finishers, but damn, that kind of tends to like level itself out. You feel me? I don't know. Tough fight right there. Tough fight right there. Who's better? Nah, let me stop. Mauricio Rufy. Oh, this is a catch weight. What they catching? Where they catching that weight at? Check the apology. Motherfuckers. I thought that shit was gonna be at lightweight. Get these fucking rings off my screen right now, bro. Fucking tapology and shit. Trying to be. So Rufy's 28, 5 fight win streak, 5'11", 76-inch reach. What do you weigh in at? 165. It looks like they're fighting at 165. So yeah, 165. Just finished Jamie Malarkey. Finishes after finishes. I was watching the Show Me the Money podcast with Moicano and Gilbert Burns, and they said he's the best one out of fighting nerds. Need I say more? We're going Rufy here. I think Lontop, James Yontop, I think he's from like Peru or like Chile or like something like that. Let me see. I know I'm right. What's that? I don't know my flags. Peru. Yeah, so he's Peruvian. He's the only Peruvian, I think, on the UFC roster. 7 wins by knockout. He didn't look impressive against Borishev. He did start to pick up towards the end, but he's coming off two losses in a row.
It's 10 o'clock.
Man, Mauricio Rufy, I think inside the distance is the play. Um, Mauricio Rufy to win by KO or submission is minus 175. If you don't like that, I would do minus 3.5 for Rufy, minus 380 as a parlay piece for sure, for sure. Long top's tough, so Rufy could just be playing around there, and but Rufy's gonna get that win. Um, moving down, man. Oh why did you just do that? Jonathan Martinez versus fucking Marcus McGee, man. I gotta go with Marcus McGee here. Let's look at the tail of the tape first. I gotta go with Marcus McGee. He's slight favorite, minus 148 to Jonathan Martinez plus 124. 5'8", both guys. 70-inch for inch reach for Martinez. 69-inch reach for McGee. I think McGee's gonna be able to um check the leg kicks. I think he's gonna be able to land more strikes. I think he is more volume. Like Jonathan Martinez waits on that low kick to fucking really do some damage, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do that to McGee. I don't mind a plus 3.5 bet because Martinez is tough, but he does seem to quit sometimes, doesn't he? The odds are now minus 125 for McGee. I'm all in on McGee. I think Martinez is tough. I don't mind the plus 3.5 bet on him. I do think he could steal around. I do think this could be a split decision fight, but I do think Marcus McGee right now is is the better fighter. I mean, I wish they gave you their age here. Fucking gotta switch between Tapology and this shit. But yeah, I'm going with Mark McGee because I think he'll be able to check the low kicks. I think he may be able to implement his own grappling. He is primarily a striker, but I do think he is the stronger of the two guys. Let's see. So McGee is 34. God damn, he looks it too. Oh shit, I could just have that shit open like that. So yeah, tail of the tape, half-inch reach advantage, 4-year youth advantage. I like plus 3.5, and I like Marcus. I like plus 3.5 Jonathan Martinez, and I like Marcus McGee um, to win the fight. I think Martinez will keep it close. Those are two bets I'm giving out for that fight. Moving on, man. Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. Chris, odds are near even. Um, Weidman is coming off a win in which he probably should have lost. Um, I've never been impressed by Eric Anders. Quick prediction here. He's 37 years old. I know Weidman's 40. God damn it. um, 78-inch reach to 75. I just think that Weidman gets this done. I think he gets it done by a decision, but I think you should lay a little bit on that TKO to get that Madison Square Garden crowd going crazy because that's that hometown boy, Chris Weidman. Lay a little something on the Chris Weidman knockout at plus 650 right now, but I do think he ultimately wins a decision, and I would lay my money on him tomorrow for sure, without a doubt. Um, guys, Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. Jim Miller plus 150, Damon Jackson minus 180. Damon Jackson, the Leech, 36 years old, 5'11", 71-inch reach advantage. He usually is a featherweight, making his lightweight debut. Jim Miller, 41 years old, plus 150. 5'8", 71-inch reach advantage. He's gonna have to, close that distance a little bit. I'm worried about this fight for Jim Miller because I don't know how Damon Jackson's gonna look at featherweight or at lightweight. Right now, no bets on the fight, but I would take the underdog in Jim Miller just for like getting, I think he's gonna retire, and I think if he gets that knockout on Damon Jackson, who is very much knockoutable, or if he gets a submission, or if he finishes him in any fucking way, I think like let's see Damon Jackson. 6-5 in the UFC, lost to Chepe Mariscal 30-26, 30-26, 30-25. Lost to Billy Quarantino. Beat Pat Sabatini, which is very impressive. I love Pat Sabatini. Um, but yeah, guys, I mean, lost to Ilya Taporia. Fuck Ilya Taporia. 15 wins by submission, though. Damn, that's crazy. 6 subs in the first round, 8 subs in the second round, one in the third, three unanimous decision, one split decision. I think plus 3.5 Jim Miller here. I think Jim Miller keeps it close. Minus 150 odds. We'll rock with Jim Miller plus 3.5. Next fight, man. I got David Onama minus 1,200. I don't have a bet on this shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. This card's trash, bro. This card is trash, man. Um, minus 1,200 favorite is David Onama, and that's who I'm taking. Next fight's a little interesting. Marcin Tibura versus Jonta Dinas. Um, it goes one of two ways. Tibura wins a boring decision, or he gets knocked out. It's the only way I see it happening. Minus 142 for Tibura right now. 44% of the bets are on him. Plus 120 on Jonta Dinas. Over 1.5 is minus 140. Hmm. Tibura to win by decision or Dinas to win by TKO is minus 130. I love that. Or Tibura to win by submission or Denise to win by KO minus 175. Pick your poison right there. There's only one of two ages these fights are going. And Tibura is 39, so this guy's 33. I don't bet against Polish fighters. Y'all know that. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Okay? Skipping this fight because I don't give a fuck. But I am gonna go for Mies Brahimaj. Basil Hafez versus Oban Elliott. Oban Elliott's really good. I think Oban Elliott takes it. I think Hafez was on steroids when he fought JDM, and he's not gonna look good because he like would made his debut on like 2 fucking weeks and shit. So I'm not even going there. Eduardo Mora plus 3.5. You know it, and over 2.5 for this fight, guys. I wish they didn't cancel this fucking Krylov and Azmat Mirzakhanov would have been a banger. But let's just go through the picks again. John Jones by submission or decision, double chance method of victory, minus 110 odds. I don't think Stipe gets knocked out. I don't think John Jones even has the knockout power anymore. All right, next. I got Charles Oliveira. I like Charles Oliveira to get the submission this time. If you want to play the money line straight up, do that too. But I do like the submission prop. I like Bo Nickel to get a TKO win. Lay a little bit on that decision. I think it's there. Plus 3.5 Vivi Araujo. Fight to not go to distance or fight to not start round three. I think I'm not. Those last two are low level confidence, but I think Vivi Araujo will close that plus 3.5 minus 110 odds right there. Gonna go with man. Pick your poison. I like Marcus McGee, but I think it's gonna be a close fight. Jonathan Martinez is good. He has great leg kicks, but I think those leg kicks will be checked by McGee. And I think McGee, if he has to implement some grappling, he will. Ultimately, gonna go with McGee, but I think Martinez can keep it close, and that plus 3.5 is a lie for sure. Um, Chris Weidman, hopefully, he fucking gets a knockout. Um, Jim Miller plus 3.5 here. David Onama here. Gonna rock with Marcin Tybura by decision or submission, or Jonathan Dinas to get a knockout. I would just single bet the knockout and single bet the decision because I honestly don't know. This guy's getting old. You feel me? I don't like betting against Polacks. Um, don't care. Ramiz Brahimaj money line. Oban Elliott money line. Hafez is off the roids. Eduardo Mora plus 3.5. Veronica Hardy's got Dan Hardy in her corner, but who gives a fuck? As always, y'all, long live Sway. John Jones, you better not mess this shit up, bro. Cause I will hate you more, bro. I will forever hate you. I will never fuck with you again, bro. I don't fuck with you now. But guys, like, subscribe, share, stay tuned in. Um, we've been killing it on UFC on the Telegram, bro. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. We've been killing it, up money every week, never a fucking losing week with UFC, and that is the hardest sport to bet on. So tail my ass. No pun intended. Long live Sway. Uh, Peace. I gave y'all the predictions. UFC 309, Madison Square Garden, Miocic versus Jones tomorrow. Bye, you degenerate motherfuckers.